morning.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning, everywhere.
Everyone.
Because we're the earliest time zone, right?
Good
No,
morning.
we're the latest time zone, I mean. No.
We're the
The
ones.
latest
We're the
time zone.
ones
Yes,
who
we
will
are.
be in the afternoon in the United States.
In the Americas.
In the Americas, before everyone else. You're definitely really quiet. That's why I was afraid of. We're having some trouble with these here microphones. Give us a hot Luke. I just would crank the dB on that thing, man. Yeah.
The DB, the dirt bag?
The dirt bags. Yeah, crank those dirt bags. Decibels. And then quiet, but you can hear me. Well, how about now? Are we blasting your eardrums out? We have been trying for like the last half hour. I don't think those mics are picking you up at all. Don't. How about? Oh, tell me if you can hear this.
What are you doing? Oh, scratching the mic. Oh, I got you. Okay.
Yeah, that should have worked. Don't. The music is loud. See, this is why
We need you, guys. We need you.
Just give it a hot second. We're just sitting
watch
back.
us drink our coffee for a minute. Oh, that we can hear.
That's a little annoying. Okay, fair.
Okay, so the mics are working. The mics are working. Wait, I thought it was like ASMR, you know? Yeah,
no,
that's what it is, right?
it's like burn your eardrums out.
It's really loud ASMR.
Erin's always super nervous that she's going to be
Very loud.
very loud.
I've
Now,
been told my whole life I'm too loud.
is the music okay? Let's try again. It's good to see you as your name as well, Mike Sell.
Good
Let
to
us
see your
know.
name.
Yeah, it's good to see you.
Okay.
I'm gonna see Mike Sell in a few weeks.
Yeah?
Next month.
Wait,
yeah.
which trip? PAX?
No.
No.
Exposition. Orlando.
Oh, exponential. There we go.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know.
I
I'm just
legit
making
say
things up.
exponential. Oh yeah, thank you, and thanks for stopping by again and saying hello.
That's right. You're streaming twice in
I'm
12 hours here.
I'm
or
streaming a
something.
lot. Like I had like months off, and now I'm like, how much can I jam in like a week?
Yeah. It's
And
perfect.
it's a bunch.
What games did you guys play last night? I didn't tune in for very long because I had a very important book to finish.
Well, when Bub and I talked for a good. Did you finish it?
I did finish it.
Okay,
Thank you.
good.
I even read all of the after book information.
Wow,
It was
wow.
good. It was that good.
Yeah, let us know how the levels are. If it's better, if it's not, we'll keep Luke sitting over there at the computer messing with things. It's actually really nice having a third person to do stuff like that. But last night, Bub and I talked for. Hey, things sound good now. Hey,
Yay.
what if I do this?
Stop it. Oh my gosh.
We talked for about an hour or so, and then we played Just One. I don't think you've ever played Just One before.
I think you've either told me about it or I have played it, but I don't remember.
Yeah, Just One is there's one clue that one person has to guess. Everyone else gives a clue. You've played it?
I played it at a Sojourn game night.
Oh, well,
Almost
there you go.
positive.
Never mind. I'll keep
Yeah.
explaining to the rest
Go
of you.
ahead, yeah.
Everyone else gives a one-word clue to get the guesser, to guess said clue. And if any of our words are the same, like if it's beach and Aaron and I both write sand.
Oh, you know what? I haven't played it.
If we both write sand, our answers won't be shown to the guesser. So you want to make sure you're kind of creative, but not too creative that the person guessing won't be able to get it.
I feel like I played it with Luke. The game where you have to write down words that all have to do with a common word.
So Clover?
What?
The Clover game?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Clover game. Yeah, that
What
one.
is that? Was it called Clover?
I think it's so Clover.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
You had to rotate everything to
Yes.
make it match up.
Yes.
So Clover.
Yeah,
Yes. That one
it's
made
like a
me
pun on
very
so
nervous.
clever.
I felt very uncomfortable.
Really? Oh man, that was my jam.
I know.
That game, I feel like I nailed it.
Because you are very stream of consciousness and you have
Yes.
no shame.
No
Whereas
shame.
I am like, what can I say that relate these two words that don't make me sound like a crazy person?
Little bit of shame, actually, and I think I've
Why?
shared this story before.
Oh, maybe you shouldn't.
Let's just say I messed up the word stork. I misread it.
Okay.
And I don't think I'm going to say anything more than that.
I can't. I couldn't even imagine what you would have guessed. But
Thank you. I misread the word stork.
I remember you telling
and
me
it
that
was in
story.
6th grade, and I was so embarrassed. We were playing charades. We were playing charades.
I remember you telling me this,
work
but
it out
I
in
don't
your own
remember.
brain.
Yeah, I'm going to be
Work it out in
guessing
your own
for a
brain.
very long time about that.
Luke, thank you for working on that behind the scenes.
Everybody in 6th grade misread a word.
Oh my gosh, I misread words all the time. I actually feel like I'm at like the peak of being able to read well out loud. Except yesterday when
you
we were
struggled.
like trying to read through this game and like read different things, and like I was just, it was.
It's all right.
I don't know what it was. Just, I feel like I try to guess what people are gonna write without reading it very well, and then if it doesn't go that way,
you don't sound out words. You just look at words and just
sight.
Like
it's all
yeah,
sight.
yeah. So therefore, you oftentimes misread words because you're just guessing what's coming next, and you're not always right. You're usually a good guesser, but
Blocker J, what's happening? Yep, okay, so we're gonna get into this game eventually. I'll tell you that we are playing.
It's a short one.
It's a short one. Today we are playing Once Upon a Line from Lucky Duck, and also I'm gonna let you pronounce.
oh my goodness.
Erin's very confident with her pronunciation.
No, I'm not.
Just let her
You're
say it.
lying about me.
You'll see.
It's a French company, and we do not speak French, and so we're butchering.
Well,
a lot
I
of
did
things.
take a year and a half of French. Just
So
saying.
it's what? Perte and fracas?
Okay.
Maybe? It
No,
might
don't
be.
maybe. You're right.
It's Perte and Fracas.
Yep, and that's from Dan Thuvino.
We think it's
Tuvino.
Tuvino. And William Aubert.
Aubert, yeah.
So we figure, I think this is the rule in French, the more letters you leave out, the more accurately you're probably pronouncing it.
Yeah, I know. That's some things I remember from it.
Yeah.
My wrist is.
Not the best.
It's there.
It's still broken.
It's not broken. The bone's not broken. Ligaments are torn.
Right, which is
So
still broken.
I had this dream that I wasn't gonna be able to get it fixed last night, and then I have surgery at the end of this month to get it taken care of. I've never broken a bone before that I went to the hospital for. I broke my little baby toe. I'm pretty sure. At least messed it up. But I've never broken a bone. But
Better than me.
I've now ripped and torn ligaments.
At least 2.
So,
Yes, it was at least 22 years ago. Yes, it was.
Oh,
No,
gosh.
you took some in
It was
college.
like 20 years
You
ago.
took some in college, but it
don't
doesn't
even,
count.
Wasabi
You
Man.
got a pass because your teacher had a moment.
She had a moment for one whole year.
Yes.
I think I missed. Let's just put it out there. Many of you probably know this. I was not a very good student in college. I went to several different colleges and universities, and I should have just majored in playing video games because that's what I did mostly. So I actually missed my French final because I don't know why schools do this. Like, normally class was like, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we'll say, at 2:00. Why not just have that be one of your class? Like, hey, Wednesday's our last day. This is when our final exam is. Instead, they change everything up and they expect you to remember these things when you.
No, they expect you to write them down.
They expect you to remember these things when you don't write them down. And so.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I missed. I was walking toward the place where I knew it wasn't in the same spot. I knew that. So I was walking towards that dome place at Anderson, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Walking towards and then walking away was one of my classmates, and I was like, "Hey, isn't the French exam about to start in 10 minutes?" And they're like, "Oh no, it just ended." And I was like, "Well, there's that." So I just turned around, went back to my room.
It's so funny because if it was one of our kids, you would have been like, you go to that teacher and you tell them what happened and you ask for grace.
I would have needed like an A+. And honestly, it was like a sigh of relief in some ways. I'm like, whew, didn't have to feel stupid about not knowing French.
But anyways, his teacher had a moment. She was going through some major life issues, and the whole class just basically failed. And so the school gave everyone a pass, right? Like everybody passed that class.
Oh,
Am
my
I
first
right?
semester? Yeah.
Your first semester.
I went from like an F to like a D+, and I was like, D's for don't have to take that semester. Again.
Not for degrees, though, that's for sure.
Yeah, don't bother taking that class again. Shane, I'll let you. One time, Shane was stretching my ear, and he tried to go out the wrong hole. There wasn't a hole there.
I don't like
so I don't know
any of what you just said.
Shane, I actually want him to do it. Zeph, that is So many broken bones.
6 of your 10 fingers? All
And
at
collarbone.
once?
And a collarbone.
Yeah,
Wait.
but 6 of the 10 fingers.
All at once?
All at once.
Like,
because
are we
that's
talking
2
like,
hands, so that's
are we
like...
talking like all of one and then one of the other?
I need
Are we
some
talking like
explanation.
a couple here, a couple there? And what? How?
Yeah, we need
How about,
a little bit...
How about a how?
A little bit more explanation there.
This is, you've probably all heard, I was tripped in hockey. I made this guy mad and he tripped me from behind and I didn't realize anything happened to it, so I just kept playing. I went months without doing anything to it and just complaining. I'm like, my wrist really hurts. My wrist really hurts. And finally I went and got an x-ray and they're like, oh, not broken. I'm like, well, then what? So, trombone, I know it's because finals week is chaos. I get it. It gives you more time to like study, finish, but I just didn't like it, okay? Don't do that to
The
me.
colleges don't work around your
2 on the
preferences.
right hand
Okay. 4
and 4 on the other. Hand was stepped on once and fell.
the other.
Wait, so you
Okay,
like,
okay.
oh,
A total of 6, but not all at once.
but in one game though. Oh, what a great time, not what a good
No.
game.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good to read.
Yeah, I definitely
It's good to not guess words.
I broke my finger at least once. I think twice. I've had a cast on it twice. I think I only broke it once though. Playing air hockey. Look, hockey injuries, both of us.
Wait, where? Where are you reading this?
Well, no, me.
Oh,
This
you.
is my
I was like,
own
who did
life
it?
story.
Oh, wait.
Playing air hockey, I broke my finger.
I don't think I knew you broke your finger.
Yeah.
I knew you broke your leg and walked on
You
it for a
don't
while.
remember how it was my sister's fault? Because I clearly said timeout. And then I put my hand down on the table
Kelly, how dare you.
talk to her about it. And she
oh,
whacked
you
that
never-
puck and
you never
chipped
put your
it into
hands
my
down
finger.
here. You never
Right,
do
but
that.
I had said timeout. We were on a break.
Yeah, block. Is that heresy or hearsay?
Oh.
Well, I tried going. Let's see. In my life, I went to a community college for a year.
Did pretty okay there.
Did pretty well because it was basically like high school, like plus a little bit. It was easy.
Yeah.
Went off to Anderson University where I met Erin. I was there for a year and a half.
Got his MR degree.
Mr. degree. Okay.
It doesn't work the same
Yeah,
with men.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds good though.
Yeah.
I met Erin, and that was wonderful.
Yeah.
It was like, I know schools are very expensive now, but back then this was a very expensive school, and I think that these one now it's very, very expensive.
Yeah.
And I would want anyone to go there. Then I went home and I was like, I'm gonna go to a state university, and I was there for a semester before I was like, I hate this. And then I tried again after we got married, and I also
Didn't work out.
didn't work out.
Yep.
Didn't stick.
Look at you
Didn't stick.
now. Who needs a degree? I mean, I got a degree and I'm not using it at all. So,
It helped you. You read stuff.
that helps me read
It helps
stuff.
you read stuff.
It helps me help my kids to learn. How about that?
All right, so let's see. The collarbone is a longer story. I thought as a kid that it would be a good idea to stage dive into a pile of teddy bears
Oh.
from atop of a recliner
Yeah.
in the corner of the living room. Oh, fuck.
4-year-old. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I jumped off the
don't-
back of my couch onto a mini trampoline and broke my leg when I was a kid. So I get it. You want to get
It's-
that height, you
It's
know?
the furniture that's really
Yeah,
doing it
it is. Furniture's dangerous.
I feel like I've done a lot of stupid things and I never broke a bone. And then
That is true.
one guy trips you in hockey when you're 40 and
I'm also going to say you probably have broken more bones than that. You just didn't know and they healed weirdly.
you don't
I
know
think
my
so.
life.
Because you have frequently
You don't know
done
my life.
things that cause you a great deal of pain for weeks, but you never go get x-rays.
It's true.
So, just saying.
Well, I've got this one checked out. I probably could have lived with it eventually. It's just that, guard your ears if you don't want to hear a painful story.
I-
It's just that my tendon is now
I
loose
already know
and
this
wiggling
story.
over on top of my bone. So when I move my hand weirdly,
Pops.
it pops. It's very painful. That's how I know things need to be fixed in there. If not, I probably would have just kept going about my business. Because the partial tear on top is a chronic partial tear, meaning
You've had it for forever.
I've had it for who knows how long.
You may have been born with no tendons.
No ligaments.
Oh, ligaments, whatever.
Yeah.
My mom was pointing out that we're going to have to buy you some sweaters and jackets and cut a sleeve off after your surgery.
Me waking up at night thinking about like,
oh my gosh,
how am I going to put deodorant on? But Erin found out you can put deodorant on one hand.
I tried it because he was so worried about it.
Who's going to do it? I'm going to be gone. I was like, Bubba, you're going to have to do my hair and put my deodorant on for me and tie my shoes because I'm not going to do it.
Bubba would have done it though. He
Yep.
would have done it.
All right. In my
person.
shell, my husband didn't finish his degree either. And he's doing just fine. Have a BA, but not working in that area. I feel like that's exactly how it goes. Like you even those. I feel like I'm really muscling in your territory. I feel like a lot of people who get their degrees like just don't even go and pursue whatever it was that they were thinking about pursuing.
Like I think my degree helped me just to grow as a human. You know, it gave me the capability of thinking a little more thoughtfully than I was forced to think in high school. There are a lot of things I wouldn't have learned about or done or experienced or understood if I hadn't had it. But
That's true.
not getting paid for it, that's for sure. I'm not getting paid for nothing.
Shane, exactly like that. I don't actually know. That one really hurt. We went through this phase of jumping stuff because that's what young, energetic youths do. And I tried to jump the top of my car, and I had like a Honda Accord, so it wasn't like a tall one. I probably could have done it, okay? A couple more tries.
Try it again, prove it.
I don't have that car anymore. I gave it to Shane. Tell him to bring it back. Tried to jump it. My knee smashed into the corner where the door meets the back window, and there's like a piece of metal right there. Totally dented it, and that did not feel good.
Probably dented your bones too.
It did not feel good. But that wasn't the first time that I hurt myself in doing that or hockey, because I didn't used to wear pads when we played roller hockey, and it's just bad news.
Ridiculous.
But look at me now, still walking.
Ice puddle. I also have half a master's degree. Useless.
Yeah.
And also helpful, you know. Yeah.
To half a master's degree.
To half a master's degree. Yeah. Waste of money. It's fine.
I feel like my knees are better than Erin's knees. And I'm not trying to brag here.
That's because of dance team in high school.
Oh, you're right.
When
Okay,
they
see?
made us like spread eagle and then fall straight on the floor on our arms,
With
our
no
knees
pads
and
on
elbows,
either, see?
with no knee pads on, just straight on gym floors, over and over and over again, practicing this dance. And after that dance, my knees have never been the same. Yeah,
It's a knee off. Here we go. Let's do it.
knee off.
Oh man. Oh, old. I feel like every one of my streams in the past few months has been me talking about my injuries.
I know.
I need to get some new material. New material.
Yeah.
New material.
Oh my gosh, Shane, I'm so excited to come see you guys.
Yes. Yeah, we're gonna go hang out with Shane and his family.
Create some more injuries.
Oh, we've calmed down.
I mean,
quite
memories.
a
I
bit.
meant memories.
Yeah, it's the same
Yeah,
thing. It's the
yeah.
same thing. Currently working on your master's degree. Not sure that it's worth it.
I'm sorry, that was me. It's right in front of my feet. I'm gonna kick it all the time. Still, yeah, hold it. I just kicked the camera.
It's NBD. Michael, good luck. You could just give me the money and I'll teach you some stuff. Oh, maybe.
School of Hard Knocks.
Teaching how to not jump a car.
Yeah.
Trombone, thanks for hanging out for a bit. We'll be back every
God.
Wednesday. So, tell your kids to watch along with you.
Get real upset when I get muddy shoes. That's the extent of your wildness. I don't believe
Just
that.
blunt
though.
these things. Come on.
I just feel like all of us as like adults, when we get back with our people and hang out with our people, we get a little weird. You might be totally normal in your everyday life, but when you get with your people, you get weird.
I hung out with some college kids last week. Like Luke and I went and did this it's like a Thursday night Bible study. Like imagine
Outreach.
like college youth group, and like I felt like
You got weird.
I got weird again. I was like, we were playing this like icebreaker game, and it was like find a group of 5, and you all had to like run and like get together. Like, oh, we're 5, and you didn't get a group. Sorry, you're out. So he didn't explain the rules very well, and I thought you had to hug people.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
So, and he didn't say he wasn't in the game either. So I ran up and I grabbed him.
But now you're like the creepy dude on the college campus.
Oh, yeah,
hugging college
100%.
students. Oh, geez,
I just grabbed him, and he's like, I'm not playing. I'm like, you didn't say that.
I'm so embarrassed.
You didn't say that. So from that point on, I didn't grab him.
From that point on, no one was close enough to you to be hugged.
No, I would have won if Luke didn't stab me in the back. See? Like, explain the game. He said, in a way, he said it like you had to come up and like, you had to join. I was thinking like amoeba.
Okay.
That's in my brain.
Okay,
So you had to be
okay.
an amoeba of like 5 or 7 or whatever number
To
you
be
all
fair,
got.
he hugged the guy in the example.
Exactly.
Okay.
He
but
like,
still.
that's fine. And we had talked before that. It's like we were almost friends at that point, right?
Oh my goodness.
So I don't know. Anyways, I felt like I got weird again, and I just needed some youths. Aaron told me not to wear my backwards hat with him because it was going to be too weird.
Don't throw me under the bus.
She's like, yeah, I wouldn't wear your backwards hat.
Well, he was just like, do you think it's okay if I wear my backwards hat, or do I need to do my hair? And I was like, I mean, I guess if you're asking me, if you wear a backwards hat on a college campus, it probably feels like you're like, hello, youths, I am also a youth.
Hello, fellow youths.
Right.
Who wants a big hug out of nowhere?
Did you wear your backwards hat? I don't remember.
No, I
Okay.
just wore my cut-off jean
I mean,
jacket.
you wear your backwards hat all the time. It's not weird, but I just thought, if you're asking me,
I wear a
that's
backwards
my
hat when I
opinion.
don't want to do my
your
hair.
hair, right.
Because this I had to put stuff in it to keep it down
This
like
is
this.
a weird time to jump into the stream. It's always a weird time to jump into our streams. Just so you know, it always gets a little
Ice
weird.
Puddle, it's... yeah, you're probably right, but I feel like I resisted for years because of COVID. You couldn't touch people. You had to foot tap them only. Like, I just went for it. He didn't say not to, so...
Foot tap?
Yeah, you're kind of like, hey,
Foot tapping was a
pleased to
thing?
meet you. Yeah.
Oh, I never foot tapped anyone.
Well, you didn't go to like large groups with masks on.
That's
so.
fair. Yeah.
See, I don't have any. I have almost no shame, so
That's true.
almost no shame.
Almost no shame.
All right, hey, you want to talk about a game? I
do
feel like
wanna
that's
talk about
enough.
a
Like
game. Yeah.
enough. Just fond memories of knee injuries and whatnot. So we are, like we said, we're playing Once Upon a Line.
Sorry,
I like
put
to
it
read
too
that.
far away.
No, you're good. Once Upon a Line from Lucky Duck and
Try it again.
I'm gonna let you try it again.
Perte and Fraca.
Fraca, yeah.
It's a French company.
It's a French company, and we talked about this, and I'm not French. And this is the first ever scratch-off adventure. I can't think of any other game that's anywhere near like this game. This is a very, very unique game. So today we're going to be playing the tutorial. So this won't have any spoilers if you decide to back this. I will say it's on Kickstarter right now. Luke, if you wouldn't mind just like finding it and dropping the link in the Kickstarter, that would be cool. I know you're doing other stuff, but if you don't mind, at some point. It has about 46 hours left on it. I backed it. I backed. There's several adventures you can get, and I went with the base one. It comes with like a couple expansions, like to expand the story. But there's a lot you can do in this. So.
Well, and so when Matt first told me about this, I was like, a what? A scratch-off game? Well, you scratch it off and then you're done. Yeah, because it's a legacy game, so you're playing through
There you
like
go.
a
Yeah,
whole
we got it, Luke, you're good.
story. And there's chapters that you can play through in this. And then also they have reset packs. If you back them on Kickstarter, you get a reset pack too, so that you can reset the game back to the beginning. So after you've scratched it off and done it, you could play it again,
and there's kind of some
different avenues, or if you wanted to share it with a friend, because a lot of times we'll play a game and then pass it on to someone else if it's a legacy game. So that's a cool option. You won't just be scratching it off and be done with it.
And the one we're going to be playing today, like I said, is a tutorial, and it's only this size. So, Luke, or Erin, will you?
Yeah, here
grab
are
me the top-down camera?
chapter-sized ones.
Erin can do it if we turn it the other bit over here.
What? No, I don't know what to do. I don't know which buttons.
All right, so the one we're playing today, like we said, it's this size, a little smaller, and you use this little plastic scraper, and you're going to scrape off the squares, and underneath the squares, it's almost like a crossword puzzle in some regard. Like it's a crossword puzzle meets word search adventure game.
You're finding key words that progress the story. And every time you find a word, you kind of get more clues for what other words might be out there.
Right.
But you have to scratch off the squares to find where they are before you can then access the clue for that word. And so, yeah, it's like a crossword puzzle. They're all joined together somehow. And you're scratching it off like a lottery ticket, which is very satisfying. It is a lot of fun.
It's going to be a mess on this black table, but it'll be worth it in the end.
That's true. You may have to vacuum your tablecloth afterwards.
It's edible. I'm just kidding. It's not edible.
Gosh, you're such a weirdo.
Hey, so let's get a little bit of flavor text here. Kind of let us know the motivation of the game. So since the dawn of time, the Zephyrims.
Oh no, good job.
Zephyrims have watched over the great balance in secret.
Zephyrims, I think. I'm gonna go with Zephyrims.
Just stop. I said it with confidence.
Okay.
When tragedy threatens to plunge the world into chaos, these superior entities intervene by taking control of those with enough power, sometimes called heroes.
Yeah, that's me.
As Zephyrim,
Okay, sure.
you must work against the fate and try to deflect the hardships yet to come. Each of your choices will create either glory or tragedy in the story. So,
So as we go, we're going to run into some tragedies, and we're going to end up having to scrape off. Yeah, you're on top
can
down.
you reach that?
What? This? Yes. You're going to end up scraping off these. Oh shoot! What's the word for these? I
Tragedy?
keep calling them timey-wimey things because
Yeah.
they look like
Tragedy.
sand hourglasses. You're going to scrape these off as you come across different tragedies on this board, and you do not want to get to the end
No, you do
without
not.
winning the game because
do
that's
not.
how you lose the game. So we'd have to start over again.
I think that this gives a little bit. This is the butterfly's breath. That's this story. On Earth, in the not so distant future, a pandemic has decimated almost all humans, and insects have become giants and are now prevalent. Since the dawn of time, we read about this. So that gives you a little bit more. That the insects are big. So when we didn't do a good job of reading all of that bit, or I did, and Aaron, I didn't
jumped
explain it
straight
to
in
Aaron.
and I hadn't read the flavor text, and he starts talking about these insects, and I was imagining them as tiny little creatures.
Yeah, but they're not.
It doesn't make
They're
sense in the
big.
story. Yeah.
Timey, wimey. Yep, wibbly wobbly. There
exactly,
you go.
exactly. Let's
Yeah,
see.
so we're gonna do the tutorial like we said. This is just prototype stuff. This tutorial I don't believe will be in the actual. It probably will be something like this in the actual.
They'll have
game
some
when it
sort of
comes out.
tutorial because
Yep.
you got to figure out what you're doing before you scrape off pieces you don't want to scrape off. You're really committing when you start scraping.
Yep.
You really are.
All right, so let's flip this over. We can read the back, and it gives us kind of the setup for the adventure.
Okay. The month of August is in full swing. The honey harvest has already begun. Iria is very proud of her bees. They have been very prolific. Just like every week, the young swarm keeper has to go to the city of Kel to deliver her honey samples to the analysis laboratory. But today, Iria is lagging behind and the evening is fast approaching. Sirvin, who was supposed to take over at the shelter, has not yet returned. The journey becomes more and more perilous with each passing minute. With nightfall comes many terrifying nocturnal insects. So our main quest here is to get to the city as quickly as possible. Turn over the board and scratch off the arrow squares without using any action tiles.
Hold on, we also need to get our setup here for who we're using.
Okay.
Flip it over. So on the back, it's also going to show here in the top.
Who you're
it's
using.
A little white there.
Okay.
Right there. On the top here, it's going to show who we're using and the cards to then pull out.
So in the tutorial, there's just one hero, but in like the prologue, there were two, correct?
Yep.
So yeah, you gain heroes as you go, and you're also gaining an inventory as you go too, which we'll keep track of right here.
So the game comes with this little stand, and I'm not going to use all of it because I want you to be able to see the people. Stand here, a little spot for all their action tokens, and then each of these little slots here, after we use an action, we'll talk about how to do that. You'll put it down in the slot, and as soon as you fill up your slot, sometimes there'll be less because of certain actions that happen, certain things that happen on the board. Tragedies, there you go. We may have less, and if we ever want to refresh our actions, we have to scratch off one of
Yeah,
those
we
there.
get closer and closer to tragedy every time we refresh our actions. But we start out with 4 actions because there are 4 spots open.
Yep, and you want to read that right there?
Sure. At barely 25 years old, the skillful Iria loves open spaces and adventure. She is a gifted swarm keeper amongst the Apeloptera. Okay.
No, yeah,
Yes, that's how it
obviously.
is. And has earned a reputation for being as adroit as her proteges. These are really good vocab words, by the way.
Adroit.
I feel
I
like
don't know.
the
I'm not sure what
French
adroit means.
really pull out some good words. For 2 years now, she has been secretly hoping that the handsome Sirvin will make the first move. Okay. So as you can see on this card, there are some words that are bold, and those
Bigger.
words
Yep.
are going to be the words that we are looking for on this board. So we can find them. We can find them wherever, but we are told to start here with
Yep.
these arrows. So that is
This, and then also there's going to be some. if ever you see a bar and then a bracket at the end, at the beginning and then the end of the word, you can use those letters to unlock some of their talents, which is going to give us a couple more abilities to add different actions onto the board, into our action pool as well. So a different way for us to kind of work around this board. And you can see Erin is just going crazy here on the
so
on the
much
scratching.
fun.
So
I'm wondering, should I dump off the dust on the floor? And we'll just vacuum later. It'd probably be easier than cleaning the board. Okay, that's what I'll do. I'll just make a mess on the floor.
Very good job, Erin. Very
it's
great
so fun to
scratch.
be very, very thorough. So on this word, I know it is a full and complete word because as you go, you won't always know when the word starts or stops. I know that I have found the entire word because there is a starting and a stopping point. There's a bar on either side of the word. So this word is
Pencil
complete.
best.
I found the word dwelling.
I'm gonna hold it up and let them see how it
Which,
works.
by the way, see how dusty it is. By the way, Matt, that's not the first word that we found in the other tutorial, is it? Is
It
it?
is. Yeah, it is.
Dwelling?
I think it is. I don't know.
So we did this tutorial. We did it pretty recently, and we still can't remember where all the words are and stuff. And we were like, are we going to feel like we're just replaying a game when we restream this? Are we just going to remember where every word is and know where to go? I
quite
do
possible.
not. I do not. I
Good.
don't even remember dwelling being the first word we
Surprise!
scraped off. Surprise!
So we scrape that off, and when you uncover any ones that have the bar on both ends of the word, it means it's a story card. So it also comes with this cool little thing to holder to put the cards in. But again, I'm not going to use that necessarily. I want to make sure you all can see this up. So dwelling. So we're going to look at any of these cards, and obviously this one right here, that DWE, and we flip that over, and then we
Okay.
can read and kind of continue the story.
All right. Night will soon
Hold
fall.
on a second.
Yes.
Blocker J, it's not a one-shot game necessarily. It is a story game you're playing through, but there are going to be refill boards.
Different chapters you can play,
Yep.
and you can reset the game
And
so that
there's-
you can follow different
Now this is
avenues.
a pretty small, this is just a tutorial, so it's not as big as the normal boards will be. And these normal boards,
So for comparison.
it's about half, a little less.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more than double that. So
All right. Are we ready?
yes, now
Okay,
you may go.
sorry.
Sorry.
Night will soon fall in the valley of sequoias. You slip on your flight suit and you're ready to go. As you pass through the door, you whistle for Hexa, your pet honeybee. Remember, Hexa is a large honeybee. Don't picture a
Get
tiny
over here.
honeybee
Yeah,
like I did the first time we played
a big
this.
boy.
Yeah. The rascal is nowhere to be seen. Her behavior has been a bit strange recently, and she's begun wandering farther and farther from home. It's very likely that she's wandered off again, perhaps hiding in a wild colony, or maybe she's dozed off in a secret cache. So we can look for the words honeybee, colony, and cache. Because those are highlighted words, bolded
Yep.
words.
And then any of the ones that are underlined will be in a word that's already on the board. So it'll be like a cross section through or
Right.
a part of.
So we know that somewhere branching off of this word, we're going to find the words colony and cache. Honeybee will be somewhere, but it doesn't.
In the blue.
In the blue, because we didn't really explain that very well, did we? There are groups
We'll get
of
there.
words that are grouped by color. And so because all of these words on this card are blue, we know they're going to touch other blue words.
So we at this point are allowed to scratch off blue words because we're in the blue section. If another section of a story card appears with one of these other colors, then we will have to transition to that. And if we do that, it also requires us to scratch off one at a time.
We get closer to the end of the game
Yep.
if we had jumped to a different color, a different territory. So for now, we have to make a decision about which of our moves we want to make. So we can move, we can scratch off 5 squares in a straight line, 4 squares in a straight line, 3, 2, or 1 square in a straight line. Now, as we go, we can gain talents, which will let us do like weird angles, different shapes of scratches. But for now, all we have are straight lines.
Straight lines.
Up, down.
And eventually, if we start uncovering these, unscratching off these time tragedy markers, they will have some impact on what we have available to us. They'll make us reduce our largest
Like the number of squares we can
squares.
scratch off.
So we'll have to
Yeah.
replace it in from 5 to 4 and then so on. All right, so we're looking for the words colony, and cache.
So it'd be a good move to start with an L or an N for colony.
I think we should go with cache, because you can see here on the E, the E has a line at the above it, which means that's the last letter in a word. So we can then build off of that. So CACHE, yeah, it almost certainly has to be right here, right? So we would take our 4. Right. So we put our 4 and we say we're coming off of that.
Going right down that way.
There. So then Erin can then scratch from that. We'll take this 4, drop it in the one spot there, and now we have one less action. We won't be able to use this 4 again until we refresh our actions. So.
Looks good because I'm finding a letter.
Right.
I'm scratching off one letter at a time because there's a possibility that I will run into a tragedy marker. I'll have to either stop scratching immediately or also stop scratching immediately and scratch off one of these timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly things.
Yeah.
And get closer to tragedy. And it seems like we did a good job guessing.
Yep. And there could be underneath a skull or...
The skull would be stop scratching immediately and then scrape off the tragedy. A hand, if we ever come across a hand, it just means stop scratching. Like your turn is over. But you don't get any punishment for that. We could have run into a little dot, which means there's no letter here. Bad job guessing.
Yep.
What is the other thing that you might run into? There's another one. You might run into... No, that comes in a tragedy. So I think that's it. Yeah, those are our options.
Those ones, Are any of the swirly dystopian under there as well? We didn't run any of those during the last time we played. So.
Yeah, we didn't run into any of those.
All right, so now we found cache, and there are no lines at the end of it to say like this is the end or the start of a word.
But look.
Oh, but there's a bracket. Good.
Starts with a bar. That's why we started scratching here. We knew it was the end of a word. But the other end of this is a bracket. So 2 bars, like on dwelling, tell us that that's a story card word. It's going to move the story forward. A bar with a bracket tells us that it's actually a talent card, right?
Yeah.
Where we can gain talents
Keep talking.
for our character.
It's too shiny.
What's too shiny? My glasses? Yes.
No, the card. How's your face?
I don't know. Fine. Seems fine. Well, I'm in the dark, but it's fine.
Maybe.
What do you think? Can you see the cards better? Okay.
I think so.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's less shiny. Okay,
All right. So now we can go through here and scratch off any of these letters that correspond as well onto this page. So we have a C.
So I don't know if we explained this well, but let's stop and explain it. So because this is a talent word, not a story word, we're not going to get any more of the story, but we can use every letter in this word to start working towards getting extra talents. So we're going to mark off any E that we found. We can only use each letter once. So mark off an E. Do we have any H's we could mark off?
H.
Sometimes you just don't have those letters. You can't use them.
No H's.
Do you have a C anywhere?
Nope.
How about an A? Can we mark off an A? Okay, mark off the A. And then there's another C, and that one doesn't help us at all. In further games, when you're playing with more than one character, you can share these letters across different characters. So if my character had a C and Matt's character had a C, we could each mark off a C because there's 2 C's in this word.
Yep. Meixel, it's kind of like word search meets crossword story, though it's the first ever scratch-off adventure. So
it's very fun. A little bit messy, but you know what?
That's okay.
That's okay.
Our lives are messy.
Lives are messy. You just keep your vacuum cleaner nearby.
Bubba, did you back it? Because I also backed it.
What?
Erin's expecting a delivery today.
I am. I'm super excited. But no. No, wait, maybe. No. No delivery. Okay.
Yes, it is co-op. We're working together. So at this point, we're doing the tutorial. There's only one character that we are able to play for this one. And even if there are more characters, it's not that like I'm this character and Erin's this character. It's we work together. You can designate like, okay, I'm here, you're there, but you don't have to.
But we're making choices together about which words we think should be scratched off next. We're making choices together about when we find a talent word here. We're making choices about who uses which letters so that we can complete each other's talents. So
And Erin's a big word game
I
fan.
do love word games.
Yeah.
And I do love scratching things off.
It's true.
It's really. I don't like play the lottery, but that would be my favorite part of the lottery.
Scratch offs.
Just
I've
scratching
scratched
off.
a few scratchers before. It's fine.
Do you
I never
remember
won.
though? Like I feel like back in the 80s and 90s, and maybe they still do it. I just throw all the junk mail away. I would always intercept the junk mail at my house because a lot of times there were scratch offs in the junk mail, and I just wanted to scratch it off.
Oh man.
Somebody's calling me, but I don't know who.
Back when I collected baseball cards, some of them would have like the bases, and you had to scratch off to see if you got a run. Or like
on baseball cards? There were scratch offs?
well, they were like there was like an insert you'd scratch off, and like if you scratched the right ones, or if you had it on there, you could potentially win something. And my young self didn't read it very well, and I just scratched it off.
Oh, no.
I just scratched the whole ththing.
You ruined it.
Well, years and years later, when we were going through my baseball cards like 5 years ago, like I was kind of looking through them. I had so many baseball cards, looking through them, and I found one of those scratch offs, and I looked, and if I had played the game right, I would have won like some pretty large prize.
Oh God.
So
But you were just a
I
kid.
didn't know. It was fun scratching off. Scratch that stuff off.
Do you remember McDonald's used to have scratch offs too?
Oh yeah.
Right? Was it McDonald's or Taco Bell? Which was it? I don't know.
Both and why not?
But they
both?
were like, no, it was McDonald's Monopoly. Wasn't that a scratch off?
At one
Or
point,
was it
like-
just the
well, you had to,
tickets that came
I think
off
it
of
did have
the-
scratch, and then it eventually went to the peel. I only know Tim Hortons where you rolled up the rim.
Rolled up the rim?
You roll up the rim
Oh, okay.
with a rolling R that I can't do.
I didn't grow up near a Tim Hortons.
Yeah, LTN scratchers are on the way. Steve, I love co-op games as well. Like I would rather work together to do something instead of fighting with someone to win.
Just in general or only with me because I get angry?
No, you don't get angry anymore. I don't care.
Not anymore.
There, see, Shane gets it. Roll up the rim. Oh darn, that's gone.
Tim Hortons gives you a lot of good, like, I ate the bowl.
Okay, hey, let's find Colin you now, okay?
Okay, let's do it.
All right,
Colony.
so,
it's got to be an L or the N. L or N. What do you want to go for? I'm leaning towards N.
Yeah, I'm hoping that like kind of unlocks. I'm guessing we're gonna start moving.
COLONY.
Y.
So I would think it would be going up here. Do you want to start scratching off just one to check
Yes,
before
I do.
we
'Cause
go?
I don't want to go crazy on it.
Okay, so we're going to
You go up or down?
go down.
Down?
Yeah.
I guess that would help.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll put that there. You don't have to put them on there. You can. It's kind of small here. Move up here.
Okay.
But it just kind of helps you like
Okay.
show where you.
So that's where I'm going to
So Aaron
scratch.
scratches off the one, and
Oh, we were
It's
wrong. They did that to us
adapt.
on purpose. They wanted us to
They
think it
knew.
would be perfect there, and it wasn't. So there's a little blank space with a tiny gray dot, and that tells us, oh, no letter here. Y'all failed. So that was a
better luck
wasted
next time.
move. But luckily we only spent one tiny little square.
Upcots Games. Thanks for the follow. Hope you're doing well. Have you heard of this game? It's on Kickstarter right now.
It's called
Once Upon a
Line. Here you go. There's the cover art.
Yeah, the art's
pretty fun
wonderful.
art. Yeah.
A little moth. Did you see the moth?
Did I see them off?
Yeah, like this moth.
Oh
right
yeah, I thought that was clouds. I didn't even look closely enough. There's a giant moth. That's cool.
Here. Okay.
Listen, what we have learned too is that it couldn't be coming up either because that's
No,
not a Y,
right.
So it has to be off of one of these
White Fox,
L's.
what's up?
We are looking for the word colony. We know that it branches off of the word dwelling somewhere.
Yeah, it is very unique. It's definitely. They say it's the world's first scratch-off adventure game, which
I
can't
believe.
think of
I've
one.
never heard of one like this before. I was a little taken aback when you told me.
Surprise!
Me scratching it off.
Yeah, we are in the office. The table's set up a little bit. I wish you could see this way. Luke and I ordered some cables from Amazon that were longer than the ones that we currently have. We're like, oh, let's get some 10 or 12 foot ones. It'd be plenty. And normally we have the table over there with the cameras facing this way, like towards the shelves. And we made sure they were 3.0. We made sure digital transfer were in there, like all that. And then they came, and it was none of that. So they got.
Oh,
sent
so
back.
it wasn't your mistake; it was their
No.
mistake.
And
Oh.
Amazon does this a lot, where they either will send the wrong thing or it's like false advertising, basically. They won't know the difference. Who needs it?
Right.
So we had to then move the table over here to like be close enough. It's
Oh.
fine. We worked it out.
Fair, Shane. Fair. He says it's probably a butterfly, not a moth, but it looks like a moth to me. Look,
It's got the
the fuzzy antenna. Do butterflies have that?
probably.
Yeah. Anyways, I don't actually know that much about.
I mean, one
insects.
person's butterfly is another person's moth.
That is what
okay?
they say. That is what they say.
Could be an owl.
Hey, listen, which L are we gonna try?
Ooh. I say the one closest to cash.
This one.
Yeah.
Okay, and so are we
I don't actually know. I'm not sure. I feel like I always.
COLONY?
So you want to do a 3 going up? You want
Okay,
a
let's
3
try
going
it.
up?
Sure,
All right, so
let's try it.
Bada boom right there.
Wait, you said
I'm
closest
sorry,
to.
bada boom right there.
That's why we put these down.
And then there's that. We put that in the old spot
Okay,
there.
I'm gonna do one at a time. Oh.
Yes.
Okay,
We did it.
COLON.
Ooh.
What? You don't like that sound?
That was. I do like that sound.
Okay. You know what I really, really want to do when we're done playing this game? Scratch off the whole card just for fun.
Okay.
Just for fun.
Sure.
Okay.
Just to peep it. See
Yeah.
if there's any mystery words.
Okay, so now we know that we have found the word colony, and there's the bar at the end of it, so that's the last of the word. Also, the Y is the last of the word. I do know that about the word colony.
Yeah, I do.
know how to
yeah,
spell it.
Well, college degree. So.
College degree. But there are chances that you would come across a word that wasn't on here.
That's
And you didn't
also
know what it
true.
was, and so therefore, if I had scratched off a LONY, I need to know that's the end of the word.
Right.
So now we know it has to be going this way, COL.
Okay, and that's a.
So last
2.
turn.
Bada boom.
Our last turn, because we just filled up the 4th slot here. And here we go.
We can spell words. We did it.
We can spell.
We did
and
it.
this is a story word because it has a bar on each side of the word. And
Let's
there's no
pull that up
brackets.
here. I'm making a mess.
Oh!
Don't. It's okay.
I was gonna
So
make
this
you
is
mad.
where we're at so far.
Oh, this is making me dizzy, man. Making me dizzy. Hold it still. Stop it. You're the worst.
There you go. That's where we're at so far. Doing it. It's okay. We'll vacuum the table off. It's not a big deal.
Okay.
All right. So that is a story word.
So we're going to find the card that starts with a COL.
And there it is. There you go.
Okay. So, progressing the story here. A massive wild hive made up of thousands of cells hangs from a sequoia tree.
Sequoia.
You can hear the buzz of a honeybee emitting from every alcove of the structure. Amongst this noise, you can just make out the signature sound of Hexa. You will recognize her by the bracelet fastened around her leg, and you will finally be able to take flight. So, main quest, 1 out of 3. So we've got 3 objectives here. Now, here's our first one. Find the words honeybee and bracelet on the grid of destiny, then scratch off all the locked spaces, and then we're going to take that card
The card
once
Z20.
we do that.
Heavyweight, thanks for the follow. Hope you're doing well. We're playing Once Upon a Line this morning. It's almost afternoon now, right? This fine day. This fine day. It's currently on Kickstarter. We'll drop the link here in just a bit, or somebody will drop the link. We'll figure that out. Yeah.
So it's like a scratch-off crossword story game. And we are trying to scratch off now honeybee and bracelet, too.
Yep, honeybee and bracelet. All right, so
We know that honeybee has to come off of the word colony because it's underlined
Yep.
on the colony card.
Yep.
We know that bracelet is out there somewhere, but it's not necessarily coming off of this word.
right.
It's connecting to a different blue word that we've already found.
Do you want to try the Y on colony for
Kind of makes sense. I wonder if it's supposed to make sense. Let's see.
It's going to be
H-O-N... Wait. H-O-N...
Yeah.
H-O-N-E... Then here, right?
Just keep going.
I'm bad
Yeah,
at counting letters. H-O-N-E-Y. Honey.
There you go. Thank you.
B-E-E. Okay, honeybee. So which do we want to start from? This
think-
side? B-E-E?
Well, first we're going to need to
First we have to
refresh.
reset. We don't have any moves left.
Yeah, we'll put all these back up here, and we'll need to scratch off
Okay.
one of those.
This is our first time resetting, so we're gonna...
Scratch off one of the line of tragedy.
Okay, fantastic.
And it's not great. It's fine.
Not the worst. It's
Could
not
be
as bad
worse.
as a red one. So this symbol right here comes in either red or orange. Orange means you have to take your biggest piece with the most squares and you have to downsize it turn it in, and downsize it by
By
one
one.
square. So now we
There
went
it
from
is.
5 squares possible to us to only 4 squares possible
Yeah.
to us. If we got a red one, that would mean we'd have to downsize by 2 squares. So we would go from 5 to 3 because math.
Because math, right.
Yeah.
All right, so now I say we head.
Let's do B. Let's do
Okay,
B's
yep,
right
sure.
here.
Yep, bee's knees. All right, so a 3 right there.
Yeah. And we're hoping
Drop
it's
that.
the word B right here.
Be yourself.
Uh-oh. Bad news bears.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding you.
Oh, no.
Do I just keep going and see if there's
Yes.
any surprise
It didn't say
letters?
stop.
It didn't say stop. It didn't say I had to stop. Yeah, I think we're going to just have empty spaces here. Okay. 3 empty spaces.
Baloney.
Okay, so the Y is not a part of the word honeybee, so we're going to have to find it somewhere else. It could be a part of, it could be in. Honey,
Yeah,
it probably is in
it's
then.
probably in at
It
this
has
point.
to be, right?
No, it could be O as well, but I'll say go
Oh,
with the
shoot,
N.
yeah, you're right.
So let's do. I say we just do
I'm
as
gonna
many.
tap off the.
Let's do a 4 this way because why waste? Like we only have 3 more actions.
Yeah,
just
might as
like
well.
go as far as again because it'd be.
You're doing O or N?
Oh, I'm sorry, N.
Well,
H. Then let's just do.
you can straddle it
Then
too.
let's do that one because it'd be EYBE.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
okay?
Okay. So we'll scratch this way and we'll see if we found the word
don't
honeybee
know.
here. Oh.
Okay.
Oh, it's going
no.
backwards. That's okay though. Let's keep scratching just for fun. Although if we keep scratching, we could
could.
run into a.
It's all right. We're okay
It's
for
fine.
now.
Okay.
Han.
Okay, so it's going backwards. Words can go backwards in this game. They can
Yeah.
go backwards, forwards, up and down, but not diagonal.
Not diagonally.
Diagonally. Okay. Well, we at least found out where honeybee is. So
1, 2, 3, 4,
Honeybee.
5.
We
Shoot.
Yeah,
Okay, so we'll
that's
use a
okay.
4 there.
We still have to find bracelet too.
We do.
And we're gonna at least have to reset.
What's everybody playing today? What's everyone doing today? I'd love to know if you're working or what do you hope you're playing?
What do you hope to play afterward?
Yeah, we have a game night tonight.
Or when your boss isn't looking. Not that I encourage that.
Don't you dare.
I'm not encouraging him.
We have a game night tonight at a local community center. So I think I'm going to bring Ahoy to play. And that's the game we're actually going to play next week here at 11 a.m. Eastern time. So, all right, we're at Honeybee. So let's do the 1
Honeybee.
right there.
All right. And that is our last move before we have to reset and scrape off another line of tragedy. Oh, and this is
Oh,
a talent word, not a story word. So we've just uncovered some letters that will help us gain a new talent. Okay.
Shaun the Dead, hello, been busy today, finally got here. Well, welcome.
Welcome.
We barely started.
You've missed nothing.
We scratched off words. Home with 3 munchkins today, hoping to play a game later, but we will say, I hope so too. Yeah, I think I'll play Ahoy. I'll probably bring some other games. I'm never sure what to bring to a game night. That's kind of like anyone can come. Like I know anyone can play any game, but like I want to find the games that are more approachable for people who don't necessarily play a lot of games.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
My goodness. It's the best.
Yeah,
The scratching?
that's why I let Erin
The
scratch it
best.
because I'm like, here
No.
we go.
Okay, but when we play, what is the game that we play where you have to use colored pencils to color in certain shapes?
Cartographers?
Cartographers. When we play cartographers, mine is like,
Yeah,
and
you
yours
care
is
so little about
very
that.
careful
Yeah.
and color just so. So I feel like if you were the scratcher, you would also be like trying to scratch all the edges.
I don't know.
just
I'm not
right.
sure what I would do.
It's so fun. I really
All right,
wanna-
so this is
Do you think I can scratch this part?
Can
Can we just find out?
yeah.
Okay. I could scratch this part. What if there's
Oh,
hidden? What if there's
instant
hidden
lose.
messages under there?
Instant loss right
After,
there.
listen. After we play this game, I'm scratching off the whole thing. Okay, I'm doing it.
Yeah, they
Okay.
sent it out over to us for like to show off for you all. So this is the tutorial. So nothing will be spoiled if you back the game on Kickstarter. They made sure to send a couple of those to us to try out and show off. And yeah, all right. So this is a talent
Yes.
word.
So did you find it? Sorry, HON.
H, no H's.
Okay.
O, yes, there is an O. So as soon as we scratch off a full word, we'll
We
be able
get
to
to
add
get that
whatever's
piece.
on the side over here. O, okay, N. I thought there was an N. Nope, no N.
No N.
E, we already have an
Yeah,
E,
I
there's no
know.
more E's.
Why?
Why don't you give me another letter? Because there's no E. Okay, that's it. Just that one.
Oh, what? That's the only.
I think so.
That's the only letter we got out of that whole word. I'm very disappointed about that. Okay, that's fine. It is what it is.
All right, so now we're looking for bracelet.
But
So
we have to reset.
Yep.
Okay,
So
let's
these
see
go
what
here.
happens tragedy-wise up here because we're resetting.
Travesty. Oh, gross.
2. Ooh. Okay, so
All right.
now we have to exchange our biggest piece and go down 2 squares. So we went from what?
4 to
4
2.
to 2.
Yep.
Ew.
So we have 2 2s, a 1, a 3, and a 4 to use.
Okay. So it's going to take us longer to uncover every word if all of our pieces are shorter. Okay. So, bracelet, where do you want to go? I could see it coming off of the C or the A down here.
Yeah.
Or an E over here. Bracelet, bracelet, bracelet. My go-to is here.
Okay.
But what do you
No,
think?
I think if you just follow your heart, that's what I say.
Okay.
Are you thinking C?
I think so.
You want to just like sample it a little bit?
B-R-A-C, B-R-A.
Let's see, sample with a 3.
Sure. Ooh,
Boom.
I'm nervous.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Uh-oh. My heart was wrong. My heart was wrong. I told you I was not going to remember any of
And
this.
you just made a bigger mess. You all can't see it.
Can you see it? There's
a
like
little bit, yeah.
dust everywhere here. It's fine. It's part of the joy.
It is. It really is.
Okay.
Oh, we don't need to, Luke. It's too soon. It's going to be worse. Luke's trying to hand us a
what a good
roller.
idea. Let me see how well that works. That's going to be equally as satisfying.
Oh, dude,
Oh,
it's like
yeah.
almost like static just pulls it up.
Almost like it never happened. Look at that. Perfect. Okay.
Thanks, Luke.
That makes me very happy. Because then I can make a giant mess and just clean it
Okay,
right.
so that wasn't there. Do you want to try one of these then? I don't know.
Yeah, because it's either the A or the E's.
Let's do the
E's.
Yeah, the E's. Do you want to do like
Which one?
the first one?
This one?
Let's go
First in which direction?
the
This
first
one?
towards me.
Okay.
You want to do a 1 up?
It would have to go down, right? B-R-A-C-E. B-R-A-C-E-L-E-T. It would just fit. Which one do you want to go?
Or let's do the
Just
one
one
right above it.
One bump.
Because so
Okay.
it's gonna be bracelet. That's the end of it, right?
Okay, yes.
Bracelet into the T. Yes.
Yes, it does.
Still does.
Still does.
All right, so we got that one. Let's go down then. B-R-A-C.
No, B-R-A-C-E-L-E-T. All the way to the bottom.
So we'll do a 4.
Do 4, okay. 1. And we know it has to be here because
Right.
Yeah, so I'm not that anxious about it. And then we need 2 more. So our last turn will be the last 2.
all right.
But we found the word,
We
which
found bracelet.
makes it worth it. Okay, and
This is a
let me scratch a
talent.
little better.
Talent.
Okay, it's a talent one. Yeah,
All right.
so we can earn some more letters. B, R.
B.
There's no B.
R. No R's.
There's an R. Adroit.
Oh, there is an R. Yep, 1 R, please. B-R-A.
We already did the A,
have an
didn't we?
Yeah.
C.
Nope.
L. There's an L though. In skillful. And then I. No.
No, E.
What?
There's an E.
E. Sorry,
No,
I'm
there-
bad.
there is a T.
I know how to spell words.
There's a T. Okay,
Okay.
so we're getting pretty close to that word there. And then as soon as we do that, we'll unlock this and we'll go from there.
Okay.
So this says after we find them both, which we did, we scratch off the lock.
Yes, I will.
And take Z.
All the locks,
All the
correct.
locks.
All the
yeah.
locked words
take
have now-
Z20.
This word is open to us. So we are moving into a different portion of the game board, and the word over here is green. We actually don't have access to the green unless we pay one of the timey-wimey things.
Yeah. So it's going to actually be a double because we're going to have to refresh our actions
Yes.
and switch to green.
We're double hit, guys.
Double hit.
We're about to die. No, we're not. We're still fine.
Totally fine.
So,
And
and if we had multiple characters, each character could be in a different section.
Right.
The way this board is right here, right now we have a blue
So,
piece pushed into it. which tells us we were in the blue section. Now we're going to switch to the green. But again, if we had
Props.
two characters,
Let's read. I think we will have to.
one of us could be in the green, one of us could be still exploring the blue.
Right.
If we think there are more words branching off of the blue, or if we know that we didn't get them all. Okay.
So voyage. And here's the card.
Hold on. Let's go ahead and do our reset at least, and then before we switch over, we'll do our.
Oh.
We just lost one of our moves. So those little broken guys there get placed in.
So now we only have 3 actions
before we have to reset every time.
And then we'll need to switch it over to green. It says, reminder, in order to scratch off squares after this word, you must move at least 1 hero into the green zone.
Right. So we'll go ahead and read it, and then we'll do our movement. Okay. You have found Hexa. She climbs out of her hole, and after having saddled her, you finally take off. Perched high in the sky, the moon greets you majestically. Suddenly, you feel Hexa stiffen as if overcome with panic. A short distance away, at the foot of an old nut tree, you spy a prostrate form. You believe it to be Sirvin, your secret heart's desire. Nearby, an imposing winged creature is giving the coup de grace to the young man's beetle. Now more than ever, you must use caution.
All right.
Okay, so we were looking for the word nut tree, which is branching off of the word voyage, which is what we just.
Okay.
But we can't look for it
until we scratch off.
So we're going to go ahead and pay the cost to move into the green section, which means scraping the. Oh look!
Nothing
happened.
Ooh.
Okay, that was a freebie.
We're all right.
Great.
But we do only have 4?
Yeah, we are closer to the time.
We're dang close.
Yeah.
Okay, so
nut tree. What do you think? E off the E?
Yeah, that's
the only possible one.
It's the only one we could do.
Okay.
So you want to do?
It doesn't. We're gonna have one E on either side, so we should explore.
Just do one.
Yeah. Okay. Which side do you want me to go on?
I want you to go on the right side.
On the right side. Okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna explore on the right side. That's just the E. Okay,
good.
we didn't waste
then we
a
know,
move.
Yeah, then we know that it's gonna be going this way.
Okay.
In many spots. So we'll use the 4 first. Boom, like that.
Okay. So this is TRE.
You're doing such a great job scratching that.
I know, it's so great. And then there are spaces in words sometimes. So if there's not a gray dot, that means it is part of a word, but it's a space in a word.
Right.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then...
We'll need a 3.
Oh gosh. I scraped too far. Okay. Yes. We'll need a... 2.
A 2?
N-U-T.
Oh.
Yeah.
A 2?
Yes.
Won't really matter, honestly. Unless there's something after the word that would be bad.
That's true. Okay. There we go. Nut tree. We found it. And is it a... It's a story.
It's a story
word.
card, yep. So now we'll look for one that matches that. The nut. There you go.
You crash land in front of the tree. Luckily, Sirvin appears to be simply unconscious. Your stomach drops as you recognize the Grim Reaper, the Hornet.
The Grim Reaper.
Mere meters away. She tears apart a little coleopter? Yeah, coleopter. But it will soon turn towards you. You know without a doubt that it will decapitate Hexa and then kill you.
100%.
Why the devil didn't Sirvin use his saber to exterminate the beast?
All right, so...
Our main quest is to find the Hornet on the Grid of Destiny. Hornet is attached to the nut tree, the word nut tree. We know that. But we could also find the word saber if we explored the right place. It's not necessarily attached to nut tree.
Correct.
But it would be good to find.
And we didn't mention this. We can't just go scratch off anywhere. You have to build off of story words.
Right.
No, I'm sorry, words that we've already found.
That you've already found, exactly.
Yep. All right, so we are looking for Hornet. And...
there's an R, there's a T.
I would say...
And an N. I like that, but honestly...
I don't know. Yeah, let's do the N. If it's not there, we kind of just guess with the other T's.
Okay, well, we have to reset.
Yep, reset, so scratch off.
Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, we have to lose 1 square from our biggest movement.
So 4, so going down to 3.
Good gracious.
So we're at a 1, 2 2s, and 2 3s. So we're We're getting kind of close here. It's gonna be harder for us to scratch off full words.
So
All right.
if we use a 2, we could find an either ET
Or
or an
OR. Okay, yeah, let's do a 2 then.
up or down.
Up.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yes. Oh, yes, that's good. Okay. So we found an OR, which means we're going to need one more
for
up
T.
and
Okay.
then 2 more down.
Okay, let's do the 1 more up.
Okay,
There
one
you go.
more up. Okay, play that.
Great.
Okay,
And then 2 down.
2 down, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Isn't that satisfying scratching? Okay, we found the end of it. It's a story word because there's a bar on each side. There's no bracket.
Okay.
So find the HOR card.
Oh, there it is. Oh. Yeah, just put that wherever.
So messy.
All right. Oh, and this is a challenge card.
Ooh.
So we have to do this card immediately.
And
So
it is
looks
a
little bit
riddle.
It's a riddle.
That we have to solve. If we can't get it, we have chances to lose some end game points by getting hints.
That is right. Oh, wrong one. Hold on.
You have it? Is it
Yeah.
somewhere else? Oh, this belongs to the tutorial, not the prologue.
Yes.
We were setting
Hold
up
on.
the prologue earlier. We'll do some exploring. So then we're going to read this poem or riddle, and then we have to solve it by scratching off one letter at a time to see if we are correct. If we're not correct, then there's a penalty, but we can get a hint for it and keep going. So it says, solve this challenge immediately. And then if we have 018 in our inventory, scratch off the box. Okay, on the challenge, there'll be a box we can scratch off. We don't have anything in our inventory yet. So there's an item we could have found, and we would have entered that into our inventory, but we haven't found it yet, so we won't get to do that aspect
Okay, here we go.
of the challenge, or at least not yet. Okay, so here is
All right, here's the riddle.
the riddle. I have claws, but I have no feet. With me, you can make a steady beat. To make or break, you must choose boards, blocks, pianos, or even horseshoes. From the smallest tap to mighty thunder, there is not much that I can't break asunder. Please just wait and see if people watching.
Yeah.
I
have an idea.
Yeah, I have an idea too. Just what do you think? This is not the hardest riddle, I'm guessing, in the box. Since it's in
I'm
the
sure.
tutorial,
Yeah, I'm sure it's not.
I'm guessing this is one of the easier riddles.
All right, read it again.
I have claws, but I have no feet. With me, you can make a steady beat. To make or break, you must choose boards, blocks, pianos, or even horseshoes. From the smallest tap to mighty thunder, there's not much that I can't break asunder. Build or break. Hammers, horseshoes, boards. All right, nobody's guessing.
Well,
What do you think?
A hammer.
Hammer, yeah,
Hammer.
for sure. Hammer. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with this. And
You have to say it out loud before you start scratching.
piano is a guess. Well, they mentioned a piano in there, yeah. Because pianos have hammers. That's what plays the notes. Okay, so
we're
it starts
H.
in H, so we're correct so far.
Is if we get if we find a letter is wrong, it's not good for us.
No, then we have a penalty, and then we
Yeah.
have to try again. Okay,
Yeah.
but we're correct.
You can also scratch off. There's little hints on here. There are.
But when you scratch off the hints, like, again, you're risking having to add more to your line of tragedy. So we don't really want to do that. So we were correct. It is the word hammer. Mm-hmm. Excellent. Now, if we have 18 in our inventory, scratch off the arrow box on here, which we don't, so we can't do that yet. But when we get that, we can do that.
All right. So then we need to find saber.
Saber was the other word that we can find.
That could now be a crossword for this one, which is we'll need to refresh first.
Yes. Okay. So one more line. We're getting close to the end here,
We're
y'all.
getting close.
Okay, we're losing 2.
From that, so this goes down to a 1. All right.
Okay.
All right. This can go probably here-ish.
Okay. So where do we want to look for saber?
The only spot, I guess it could be on the R or the E because that's how you spell saber, right? Yeah, with an E. No, it
This
would have
E?
to be on It would have to be off of Hornet because it wasn't a crossword on Nut Tree.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
So it has to be on
Or
Hornet.
Voyage. It could be Voyage though, but no.
There's no letters in
Yeah, there is
Voyage
A.
because of how you spell things. Correct.
So it could be off the
I'm gonna
A.
suppose it's off of Hornet just because I feel like it would have been.
Here's what I think though. I think it might be off of Voyage because I think we could have found it earlier.
Oh.
That's my theory. My theory is the saber is the thing we could have in
We
our
could-
inventory
okay.
because it sounds like a weapon that would go
Got
in our
it. Okay.
inventory.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
That's my guess.
That makes sense. So what do you want to do here? 2? S A B.
ER. So yeah, let's do 2.
No,
It
that's
could
not
be
how you
either
spell
way.
it. S A. The B is going to be on either side of that. So if we do 2.
spelling.
Because spelling. If we do 2,
Then we could do SA or
hopefully we get it.
BE.
Yeah.
Which side do you
All
want me to go for?
I don't let your heart. I'll let you
This way.
decide this one.
I'm doing this way.
You,
Oh,
you
yay!
were right. You
I'm
were right.
correct. Deduction. Okay. All right. So we have A, B, E. So we're doing one more for R.
Okay.
And we're doing
Aber.
S, A.
One more for
One more for S.
Okay.
Okay.
So
And this
now-
is a. Hello?
Story word.
Story word.
Oh, and it's right here. Yep. On top. All right.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'll let you go.
Okay. Near the tree, a glimmering object suddenly catches your eye.
Oh wait. We need to do this immediately,
Okay.
right? Am I wrong?
Yes, we can do that now because we found Saber.
Right. So scratch off the
okay.
gateway challenge
Okay.
or challenge gateway first.
Okay. Okay. So is Z 98?
So do we do the saber first, or we do? Yeah.
I think-
do the saber first.
Do
so
the
yeah.
Saber first? Okay.
I don't know. I'll let you choose.
Well, this happened first in the game, so let's do
Okay.
this first.
Well, this is the epilogue.
Then don't read that yet.
Then don't read this.
I
one.
was
Yeah.
kidding. I was kidding.
Okay.
about that.
Read the saber one.
Oh,
first.
because this isn't in our inventory until the end of the card.
Correct. All right.
Okay.
Go ahead and read it.
So near the tree, a glimmering object suddenly catches your eye. In its scabbard of braided matting lies the Damascus steel blade that Sirvin's family has passed down from generation to generation. Crafted by his great-grandfather, a master blacksmith, it has already helped each of its holders out of many a bind. But is it prudent to turn your back at such a critical moment? So choose now. Scratch off one tiny thing and add me to inventory, or discard me.
Oh, scratch off one.
Okay, yeah. We want to keep it. And we're close to the end of the game if that's the epilogue.
Yeah, all right.
So, spoilers.
Minus that.
Okay.
That was just a -1.
Okay, great.
And then we would mark off. We would do another one, but we were already at the epilogue. So
Right.
there you go.
Okay. Epilogue. In a
Silver
sudden...
Metal Tavern. Thanks for the follow. Hope you're doing well.
thanks.
Sorry.
No,
Go ahead.
you're fine. In a sudden burst of bravery, you jump on Hexa and you hammer yourself against the Hornet, delivering a mighty blow. Stunned by the shock, the creature falters. Sirvin is slowly reviving and seems a bit embarrassed to have been rescued by his friend. His voice falters when he says Iria's name, but there is no time for banter. You help him onto the saddle and take flight toward the city of Kel just before night falls. Main quest, 3 out of 3. Required, take A006 and A008 and calculate your utopian points.
All right. So we would add the saber to our inventory.
So we write it on here.
Silver, thank you so much. We appreciate that. It's still a work in progress. We had some issues beforehand, but we were streaming. We made it.
We
We're on.
made it.
Saber, and that
And
was
018. So that is something we added to our inventory.
which
It
will
said-
then go on to the next game. That's kind of how you keep building off of the previous games.
Right.
So
So we've got one item in our
always,
inventory,
always.
and then we're going to calculate all of our points using those
And that is on the back of this,
cards.
right? So for any, do you remember how we did this?
What was this though? What's this though?
Oh, that
Get
was
those?
this guy right here.
Oh, okay. So
Steven.
those are ones we're getting
Yep.
for next game. So
Yep.
we took these two cards, which become our next characters in our next game. When we play the prologue, we can start with this guy, right?
Yep. Yeah. Well, and it will tell you on the back of
the prologue.
The grid.
Grid of Destiny.
Yeah.
And these are going to be the talents that are available to him if we ever scratch off all those letters. That's a lot of letters.
We've got a lot going on.
Yeah.
So. All right. So then you do a quick calculations and see what your score is.
I think we did okay because we didn't get to the end. Let's find out.
So it's on this right here. There you go.
Okay.
So there's no four-leaf clovers, don't need to worry about that. It says did not uncover any of the skulls on
We
the Grid of
didn't.
Destiny, so we get 1 point
So we
for
get
that.
a point for not hitting a skull.
Did not scratch off any question marks on the challenge gateway, which
Right,
we
we
did
didn't need that. We got it right the first time. We know riddles.
Yeah, no problem. And then if we get any dystopian points, which there weren't any, that doesn't help. But
So that was a 0 there. There's no
So-
minus points.
yeah, so we got 5 out of 5. Whoops.
Woohoo!
A 5 out of 5. So we're perfect.
We did great.
Did so awesome.
In future games, more difficult games, this is a simple one because it was the tutorial. In future games, we could have scratched off spaces that had led to these skeleton heads. We could have had really hard riddles that had made us have to scratch off questions so that we could get extra hints. We could have done things that led us to getting dystopian points, which are subtracted from your end goal. But because this is a tutorial, we rocked it.
Yeah.
Now, who knows how we'll do in the prologue?
Oh, I don't know. Probably not. Probably not great.
Probably not this good.
No. What I liked about this is like it.
Oh, can I scratch it now? Is that okay if I just scratch it?
Yeah, if you want to. It's probably Erin wants to scratch the whole thing. What I like about this game, like I was saying, is
No.
just keep looking.
Please let there be hidden stuff. You go ahead. Tell them what
It's
you like
like
about it.
where you think the word should be,
It's not.
I feel like they're reading my mind and they're like, oh, they're gonna try to go here because it would make sense to go here, and then you go there and it's not there. So, a little off topic. Teaching my 3-year-old how to do a jigsaw puzzle. Slightly. Some of our kids really liked puzzles. Some of our kids did not like puzzles at all. We just finished. What's all that?
This is just
the-
what's
the
already
letter.
printed. The grid is already printed. I'm gonna see if I find any. This
We
is
just
so
we just finished a puzzle
Is it
last
really
night.
loud, guys?
With Lego minifigs. It was awesome.
It was amazing. And
Thanks, Sean.
listen, I want to give that away if we can find the last
We're missing
piece.
one piece. The puzzle was brand new, so we got down to one person's legs are missing. So maybe we'll do a giveaway here in a couple weeks or next week if we can find that piece.
Y'all want to use Lego minifig
it's
puzzle?
a minifig puzzle with probably 40, 50, many minifigs on it.
Probably 50.
It's like white background with minifigs just going across it.
It's really fun. We completed this puzzle in under 24 hours, but
there's some skulls.
there's some skulls. We could have hit those skulls, but we didn't.
Oh, because if you were looking for,
If you're going up and down here, you would have
if
hit
you
skulls.
found Saber first.
There's a stop. We could have hit. Oh, there's more skulls. We just avoided all. We did really well. I was like, oh, I bet they didn't put any skulls in the tutorial. They did.
I went for it.
They
yeah.
did. We just missed them.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Bubba. This game is still on Kickstarter just for the next, say, 45 hours. Like it's not
I'm not
not
gonna
much
scratch
longer.
off that whole thing.
Oh, you did find things.
I did find things.
Oh, Luke just got She-Hulk.
Ooh,
Marvel Snap.
congratulations. I
really
just
did
really
it.
wanted them to hide hidden words underneath the edges. Like, maybe even insults, because I'm not supposed to be doing this.
Get out of here, you know? No, yeah, this is a big mess. Like Erin was like brushing it all on the floor, and I was like, you know what? Go crazy. Get it everywhere. Yeah, so hey, we are going to be doing this weekly as often as we're available to. So next week we're going to be playing Ahoy from Leader Games. It is a semi-asymmetrical game about pirates and
I don't know. I haven't even seen it.
So it's kind of like an area control. You're going for 30 points. First to 30 points wins. So we will be playing that next week at 11 a.m. Eastern time.
You're telling me it's competitive.
It is competitive. Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, we do fairly well with competitive games, but we prefer a co-op game.
Co-op just feels less stressful to me.
I
Like, even though we could both lose and
We
you're
could.
still losing, somehow I'd rather lose with someone than by myself. I don't know.
yeah, that's
That's
what
probably-
drove me crazy about Pandemic Legacy 2. I didn't play the second one. almost. We were playing with a group, a couple, and we made it all the way to what, September in the story?
Maybe.
In the first one, like the first Legacy one, and then like just life just kind of.
Well, and then
happened.
we had a baby, and then they adopted a baby, and so
Yeah.
babies happened. Is what happened.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, co-losers. There it is. Win or lose. Co-losers.
Co-losers.
Interested in Ahoy. Still haven't played Root, but I know. Yeah, same company.
He's defiantly interested in Ahoy.
No,
Not
defiant.
definitely, defiantly.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
do whatever you want, I guess.
that was a good typo. I liked it.
So we'll be playing that next week. If there's a game you want us to play, or if you work for a game company and you want us to play your game, let us know. You can send me an email, matt@lovethynerd.com, or you can find me on Facebook, or you can message us here on Twitch or YouTube. We'll just whatever. Just find us.
Just show up on our front porch. You know.
Yeah, just if you hand us a game, that'd be fine. No, Sean, I'm getting better at spelling only because autocorrect helps me.
Does it help you though, or does it cripple you when it comes time to having to write things on paper?
Who knows? Co-losers, am I right?
Co-losers.
Yeah. So if there's something you want us to play, and you're like, hey, I'm really interested in this game, let us know. We'll try to get our hands on whatever it is. I do have some others that are on my shelf of opportunity at home, including Red Cathedral. I'd love to play that. A couple other smaller games that
we got a lot of games.
Just need to learn them. So let us know. We'd love to play whatever. Luke, we go to Facecam, please.
There we are.
Okay, there we
Look,
go.
we have faces.
Yeah. So let us know. We really enjoy playing games for you all and showing off things.
This is our home address. Sorry. Bubba's giving out our home address.
Yeah, there it is. Come
Hey,
on
we're
over.
going to be there in
Come on
May,
over.
though. We'll be
May, yeah,
at that
we're
address.
going. Yeah, if you want to just drop it off and say care of,
Care of the president. Yeah,
and then inside say please give to Matt and Erin warm beer when they arrive
right.
in May.
That'll be great.
So, thanks, Silver. We just moved into this office like a few months ago at this point.
In the fall, I guess.
Well,
but
we
then
started working on it, and I just feel like it's a continual, like I said earlier, continual work in progress.
Mm-hmm.
So, really trying to make the best of it. We will eventually move to a larger room, larger office.
Lord willing and the creek don't rise.
We'll get there eventually. So I keep looking at myself right there instead of the camera.
Well, stop, you're
just
so
yell at me.
vain.
I can't help it.
Yeah,
Thank
there you go.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, so we love doing this. We love playing games for you all. Like I said, this game is still on Kickstarter. If you were interested at all in it, pick it up. It has a really good price point for the base game, and it comes with one expansion and like a.
What's the Kickstarter price right now? Because they said how many.
I think it was 39.
Okay, because
I'm
they
pretty
said
sure it's
39 euros was the price point they were aiming for with the game, but I didn't know if that was the Kickstarter price
I think
or
so.
like.
Yeah, Luke's gonna look here right now.
Okay.
Yeah, 39, and you get one expansion. You get a metal.
$43.
Okay.
A metal scraper, and then I think there's a couple other bonus items with Kickstarter. But I really like it. I think that I like that. This would be a game I could play in the evening after a long day, and I wouldn't have to have like mental strain trying to figure out.
It's like you have to think
Something.
about where to go, but
Yeah.
it's kind of trial and error, you know? And also, it's so tactile. I love that. That's really fun for me.
I gotta look.
My only complaint about this game is that they missed a golden opportunity to hide words underneath the edges of this card.
Yeah.
I wanted them to have a secret message for me. I wanted to decode it. Don't stop. I was afraid they don't want you to see all this. Look, they don't want you to cross over.
It's a tutorial.
They're blocking
Oh,
you.
yeah.
They don't want you to cross over.
It's a tutorial.
They said, stop it. Quit it.
It might be on the other cards because the other ones have bigger spaces on it. So
Drink more. Exactly, that's what I was thinking.
Drink more
more
Oval.
Ovaltine.
crummy commercial.
Crummy commercial? They could have. Oh, that would have been. I know they're a French company, and probably the French people don't love that movie like Americans do. But if they had written "Drink More Ovaltine" under there, I would have died. I
Just would have died and gone to heaven.
I would
all
have.
right?
I would have bought every copy of this game.
That's a
I
big
would've-
mess here. Let's see how.
It's so messy. crazy.
Hey, tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, Bubba and I will be doing Matt and Bubba in the morning. We're going to be playing some community games with you all. Here, I'll let you do this.
I do.
We're going to be playing some community games with you all on Board Game Arena. If you don't know what that is, it's a way to play board games online, on the internet. You can do it mobile. There's not an app for it.
Is that
but
what
you
you
can
were
play.
doing last night?
Yeah, that's what we played last night. I know, it's like staticky.
Oh my gosh, I wish you guys could see this.
It's just
You
like,
can't even
it's like
see it from the
jumping
top-down
up.
cam,
You
but
can't.
like
Go the other way.
static is pulling the pieces
Roll it
up.
that way. Never mind.
I can't. It won't. I can't.
New games came in beta
You won't be
yesterday.
able to tell, but it's
No,
amazing.
okay. There you go. So we'll be talking more about this game, showing it off a little bit more. No spoilers because I don't want to spoil you all.
That's no fun.
But it'll be 9 a.m. Eastern time, Matt and Bubba in the morning. And if there's a game you want to play, let us know. Like, we legit are open to play almost anything on Board Game Arena as long as we kind of know how to play it. Bubba tried to get me to play Caper not long ago, and we like got
I
into
just
it.
tried to.
Well, it was like it was 5 or 10 minutes before, and I've played Caper before. And he's like, "Hey, let's play Caper," and I was like, "I only sort of remember how to play this."
Oh,
and
no, that's the worst.
it didn't work out, so we didn't end up playing. Great to meet you as well, Silver. Hang out with us. We're here weekly. We have a bunch of shows throughout the week. I'll be here tomorrow, like I said, and Friday we have a podcast that we're going to record at noon. And yeah, Luke, you want to set up a raid? We'll raid somebody.
Yeah.
Hey, we do all this because we love you and we want you to know that Jesus loves you. We have a Discord, we have a Facebook group, we have articles on our website, we have 7 different podcasts about nerd culture and different things in nerd culture. So check out what we do. We even have a wrestling one.
What?
Just
What?
use like,
I'm trying not to be really loud. I'm trying to go really slowly, but this is fun. Because the cleanup is just as much
it's
fun as the
so
scratch
much
off.
fun. I'll let you
if
do it.
you have one of these
no
rollers.
problem. Yeah,
It's so
get
fun.
a roller. Yeah, so we do it all because we want you to know Jesus loves you. And if you want to talk more about that, legit, find me, email me. You can look for me on Discord or you can Facebook
1600
me.
Pennsylvania Avenue.
1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. I'll be there. Or I'd love to talk to you about what that means exactly. But yeah, hope you all have a wonderful day.